Bayelsa State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has rejected reports of a leadership takeover in the state following the alleged dissolution of East State Working Committee led by Solomon Agwana, and also dismissed claims of the appointment of a new caretaker committee headed by loyalists of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. A statement by PDP's publicity secretary, Mr. Ebiye Ogoli, described the reports as false and misleading, while the Zonal executive, which met at the PDP Zonal Secretariat in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, cited allegations of gross misconduct, poor performance and mishandling of internal crisis as reasons for the shake-up. As part of the restructuring, the leadership appointed Judge Turner, an ally of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, as the chairman of a new caretaker committee, and strongly rejected these claims, asserting that the tenure of the Zonal Executive Committee had expired on March 13, 2025. To prevent a leadership vacuum, the National Working Committee of the party had earlier appointed a caretaker committee led by the respected Chief Emmanuel Ogidi, adding that the committee is tasked with overseeing the affairs of the party until the South-South Zonal Congress. The Bayelsa PDP spokesperson urged members to disregard attempts by external forces to destabilize the party in the state, and also reaffirmed the commitment of the party to supporting Governor Senator Diri in his efforts for the transformation of Bayelsa State. I'm aware that you are following up the PDP recent shake-up in Bayelsa State and Edo State, with the Bayelsa State ESCOs being dissolved by the South-South Zone, and then CTC committee being set up. For Bayelsa State is headed by Judge Turner, and now PDP Bayelsa State is rejecting the CTC chairman. What do you have to say?
Well, first, if you look at it from the angle of the PDP constitution, does the zone have power to dissolve the state working committee? The PDP Bayelsa State, while rejecting the constitution of the caretaker committee in the state, did not tell us if the zone acted within the ambit of the constitution of the party or not. They said because the argument was based on the expiration of the tenure of the South
and gross misconduct.
So, but I'm aware that the National Working Committee of the PDP has constituted a caretaker committee at the zonal level, which Emmanuel Ogidi is the chairman. And on that note, the zonal executive of the party dissolved the Bayelsa State chapter of the party. The way political parties are run, the political party is like a tree.
This move was made by Dan Obi, not Ogidi.
Dan Obi is the vice chairman of the zonal vice chairman. So, but like what I said, the party is like a tree, and the state chapters are the branches. So the branch of a tree cannot detect for the tree. It is the tree that will detect for the branch. So coming out to say you are rejecting the caretaker committee that was appointed in the state, you do not have such power. The PDP is one, and the South-South
oversees the affairs of the states.
Oversees the state. So they have taken action to say, okay, we are restructuring the party at the state level. For now, let there be caretaker. But the issue here now is that an ally of the FCT minister was appointed to oversee the PDP in Bayelsa State. That's where
the crisis is coming from now. Considering the bad blood between Diri, the governor of Bayelsa State, and the FCT minister, and also Diri's interference in Rivers State crisis.
Yes. But the FCT minister has continued to surmount pressures. He has continued to show strength, his political strength in the PDP. The earlier the PDP make peace with the FCT minister, the better for them. Because now, in the South, APC, Delta State is gone, which was formerly a PDP state. The governor has left to APC. In River State, we can't even establish whether PDP is a River State state, whether River State is a PDP state, is APC or APP. Now, what it means is that PDP is also losing ground in River State. PDP has lost ground already in Delta State. In Edo is APC. In Akwa Ibom, where the PDP is,
there are rumors of defection.
Yes, but the governor, whether he is defecting or not, the governor has come out to say
he has publicly endorsed the APC president.
So what it means is that there is no hope for PDP in Akwa Ibom State in 2027. So PDP is completely, the South that used to be a PDP zone is completely losing ground in South. So if you look at the person behind this, you will understand the current crisis in Bayelsa State. The governor overestimated himself and interfered in the crisis in River State. And now, this is just the preamble. This is because the FTT minister has also insisted that he will go to Bayelsa. This group supporting the FCT minister.
There was a mega rally that was planned by new associates. New associates is being headed by Judge Turner. So the mega rally was planned in honor of the FCT minister and the president. And Diri, in response, cancelled that rally and said that rally cannot hold, citing security issues. And he also went further to say that such rally cannot hold when their sister state, River State, is in crisis. And he also went further to say that Judge Turner is no longer a member of the PDP. Now, interestingly, that rally did not hold, by the way. And interestingly, the zone has done what they have done. And Judge Turner, who was once an ally and I think an advisor to Diri, before he fell out with Diri and then pledged allegiance to the FCT, has emerged. Now, your guess is as good as mine that crisis just started in Bayelsa State. Yes. And how do you see this playing out? Do you think that Governor Diri has the political sagacity and clout to withstand the storm that might be brewing?
I don't know how we intend to do that. But like I said...
It's his state. He should have control of the state.
Control? But this is River State. It's the governor in control of this state. So it's not enough to be governor. I think, like I said, the earlier the PDP make peace with Wike, the better for them. If not, at the end of the day, I started by telling you how PDP has lost ground in the South. So more is yet to come. In Bayelsa, there is a caretaker committee headed by somebody who is not loyal to the governor. And the governor is a PDP governor. So at the end of the day, the governor may end up not being in PDP.
Maybe he will go to APC and purchase forms. Anyway, it's just caretaker committee chairman to hold until the Congress.
It is from the caretaker committee
that he will not become a full-blown chairman.
This is politics. So
I get where you're going.
You can actually, in politics, you can actually forecast the next action. He has taken over. Before you know, he will become the substantive chairman in the state.
You might be looking at substantive chairman, but I might be looking at possible governorship candidate
of the party. So it's also possible.
First of all, make an in-route into the PDP, hold PDP sway, right? Get to mobilize people in his favor, knowing that he might have the blessing of the zone, or no, he has the blessings of the zone. And then if he plays his cards well, buy into the blessings of the national, with the backing of the FCT minister. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, you can tell what happened in Edo State, how the FCT minister was instrumental to the second tenure of Obaseki, when his people, his close men, you know, abandoned him during the elections. You recall Obaseki's travels, and how the FCT minister saved the day and made sure that Obaseki returned. And unfortunately, Obaseki fell out with the FCT minister. Now, fast forward to the end of his tenure, and he wants to, you know, bring in his anointed. He takes his anointed to visit the FCT minister to solicit for support, and the FCT minister told him no. And your guess is as good as mine what happened. Even though one would say Obaseki to a large extent made a lot of mistakes by falling out, allowing people like Danobi, you know, and the Ibinediums and all that to leave his party. I think he overestimated himself as well. Now, don't you see a similar card playing in the PDP? Because, I mean, even if the governor wants to contest, he has to get the governorship, he has to buy the ticket from the party. Don't you agree? So now, if the person at the helm of affairs at the party is not an ally of the governor, how is he going to get that ticket?
Because, see, what is happening in Bayelsa, once you are in charge of this party structure, now he's in charge of, Justuna is in charge of the party in Bayelsa. He's also going to constitute caretaker committee at the LGA level and the state level. That is what the FCT minister calls structure.
So to get at the ward level.
Yes, gradually they are going to appoint
build their structures,
their structure to the
right.
grassroots. So when it comes to tickets, because it is the person that controls the party structure has a lot of influence on who becomes who, from the assembly candidates to the senatorial, House of Rep, and the governorship. So who controls the structure has a lot of, is a critical stakeholder. So now the governor is gradually losing the structure. He will be left with no option than to leave the PDP.
And interestingly, one would
the APC is a no-go area for the governor.
Why do you say that? If Kwakwanso now, if APC could tell Kwakwanso your sins are forgiven, is it not about interest?
No.
Why do you say it's a no-go area?
When I say it's a no-go area, it does not mean that if you want to come into the party, they will not allow you.
But it's to get that ticket.
The ticket, that's the no-go area I mean. So
going by the fact that he is the highest public office holder in the land, in the state, as it were, don't you think it makes him very eligible?
No, he's eligible.
Considering that the funds to execute the elections and the campaigns, you know, he has them.
Okay, if he has, why not go to another party? So must it be APC? Why not you go to Labour Party or other party? You use that your influence to win your vote.
Now, when you say he goes to another party, there are two things you have to consider in this instance. You know, just like I will give you an instance of PDP in Abia State boasting that they are going to take over the state in 2027, and I'm trying to understand. One, you don't even have the sympathy of the people. Number two, Labour Party is the ruling party in the state. Number three, APC is the ruling party at the federal level. So you have power of incumbency with, I mean, let's say, for example, you have power of incumbency with Labour Party in the state, and you have federal might with APC at the federal. So what is giving PDP the impetus, considering again that people of Abia State don't even like PDP right now because of the damage done to the state over 24 years. Now, when you marry that with the current reality in Bayelsa, you're saying that the governor may not stand a chance in APC, and you're saying that if he's the highest office holder and he has the funds, he can go to any other party. If he moves to any other party, one would say that PDP has built down to the grassroots. It will still not be that easy because 2026 is the campaign year. How are you going to spread your tentacles in such a short time by party faithfuls? How does he intend to do that? Now, what party is popular enough to maybe Labour Party?
That's to tell you
Labour Party is having crisis.
That's to tell you that there is problem in the governor is faced with serious political crisis, because if he does not have any chances in the PDP, APC may not also. The way the structure is, the PDP in Bayelsa State.
Because the FCT minister has influence with the APC in Bayelsa State.
Yes, and the PDP in Bayelsa State. So the same people chasing him in PDP will equally ensure that he does not have a chance in the APC. So, but like he said, election is not just about the incumbent governor. It's not just about the fund with the governor to win election. If not, the governor can be in any party, if that's what it takes. The governor can go to any unknown party and win his election. There are other factors that contributes to winning election. So if you feel that, okay, because I'm the governor, let me go to AA, for example, and to contest. From my experience, so many persons will not follow him. So many people in PDP will not follow the governor to any party that is going. Some will not leave their party. It happened here in Rivers State when Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, had coalition with the APC. Even with some PDP governors that were meeting with him, strategizing on how to defect. At the last meeting, when they were to make the formal announcement, some governors refused. Saraki left, but the governor of Adamawa also refused to defect with them. Even here in Rivers State, some stakeholders refused to defect. They decided to remain in the PDP. So even if the governor decides to leave PDP tomorrow, he will lose so many of his supporters. So that's how politics is played in this part of the country. So we are yet to see. Bayelsa, you will see
interesting times ahead in Bayelsa.
You will see a whole lot
ahead in
because
Bayelsa.
when the governor does not control the party structure, it has a lot. It has a lot
of negative effects.
So, but let's not.
But then, interestingly, you talked about Labour Party. Probably Labour Party would have been a viable option.
Yeah.
But for the fact that Labour Party on its own is, I think Labour Party is factionalized into three. You have the Apapa faction, the Abure faction, and the Nenadi Osman Caretaker Committee faction. So now that to a large extent trickles down to, it has a boomerang effect on the state. And now if you take Labour Party out of the equation, it now boils down to the conundrum, the governor of Hines himself in Rivers State, in the first instance, moving to APP. And APP right now has a litigation hanging on its head, asking INEC to delist APP because they do not pass the electoral qualification to be called a political party, in the sense that they have not won elections at different levels of the government. So when you look at this critically, one would say, which other party has that popularity? What goes in the north that may not necessarily apply in the south? Like, for instance, you know, if it was the north, he would have had an opportunity with NMPP. But can you flaunt that in the south?
It's not that any other political party outside PDP, APC and Labour Party cannot fly in the south the way it is. And again, don't forget, PDP has been, Bayelsa State has been a PDP state from the time of when democracy was returned to the country. And don't forget, that is the home state of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. It is assumed that Bayelsa is the PDP state. So taking the PDP structure away from the
very
governor
tough.
Okay,
is it the governor moving to another party and sustaining that party? It's going to be tough, or taking the structure from the governor is going to be tough, because from what we are seeing, it appears that the structure is seriously shaking.
Well, let's leave it and
interesting times
ahead.
Interesting
a
times
lot
ahead.
will unfold
Ahead of time, but the interesting thing is the National has been silent on this. The question I want to ask you is it the National that appoints CTC, or is it the zone that appoints CTC?
But the National has not said anything. One would expect...
National has not come out to, you know,
to say, okay,
say this is
the action taken by the... Yes, so they have not said anything. Maybe they are... let's not
preempt anything.
Preempt anybody.
Because I need to know the authenticity of these appointments, if it is going through the right... because, I mean, if push comes to shove, there will be litigations and counter-litigations.
But if the National... If you look at it, that's why I say I don't want us to preempt anything. But the National... the zone is also working with the National. The National constituted the caretaker committee at the zonal level. So that's why...
and the zone has the constitutional right to oversee the affairs of the state.
And also have the backers of the National.
Okay.
Because I really do not want us to go there, because the National Working Committee has not made any statement.
You don't want to go there because you're not comfortable to open up a kind of
the National
has
not
to get there, actually.
They have not made any statement as it is. But I know that the zone was constituted by the National, and they are backed by the National.
But the question is, constitutionally, can the zone dissolve
the publicity secretary in his rejection did not tell us that the zone does not have power. He said his own argument was based on the fact that the zonal executive tenure has elapsed since March 13. So he didn't tell us.
All right.